gentlemen, we are coming to you from Fairbury for tonight's Thunderstruck Racing League Week 2 Super Late Models. Tonight is a little different than last week. Last week was 100% race length, which was 40 laps. Tonight is a 200% here at the quarter mile of Fairbury. We will be running 80 laps on this track tonight. Seems like the car counts are pretty high. Drivers and crews are making their final adjustments as we speak. We've had some surprising winners and some very good battles here over the last week. UMPs more notably than Super Lates, but Super Lates have put on a pretty good show. We had to recap some of last week's information if none of you have saw the other races yet. In Super Lates, we were at Texas, where we watched Kid hold off Dylan James for the win by running that bottom lane all night. James gave him a run for his money there a little bit until the crossover happened, and then the guy got stuck on the high side, and James was on the bottom, and Kid just drove around him on the outside. And then let's talk about the wild night for the UMPs. Their first race was out at Eldora. And it was James who just drove away from the field. Got a big lead, and it was his race to lose. Same with Kid. It was his race to lose at Texas. Congratulations to both of them on the win. But we had a 7-car turnout for Eldora last week. It was the UMPs. And let's just say, from 2nd to 7th, you looked, they were 2, 3, 4 wide battling. Last week was a show. If you ain't seen them, I would definitely suggest watching the UMP race, but definitely anything that you see on the channel tonight, after this race, or before this race, or during this race, if you get bored, want a commercial break, definitely watch any of the videos posted on this channel. A like goes a long way. So subscribing, all that goes a long way. Just let me know what you guys think of the content as the night goes on. We are here to get better, not get worse. Qualifying should be over. Drivers should be making their last adjustments as they get to the staging lane. I ain't heard anything from the track officials other than they were qualifying. So while I get a chance, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Everybody, go down to the concession stands, grab yourself some popcorn, some nachos, a nice salty pretzel. You know, get yourself a soda pop, a water, Gatorade, or be like me and get a Prime. and be ready for everything. I've heard from some of the drivers that they are getting lined up right now, so we should be going live here any minute now. The track did have some rain on it. I guess it did rain here a little bit today. Gotta figure out our exact location today. I guess it did rain here a little bit in Illinois. It has been a little bit cold here too, so that set us back a little bit with the added bit of rain that moved in the area. over the week, and it added cold. It did not help track drying at all. So the crew spent a little bit of time today getting the track worked in. So we are a little bit behind schedule, but we should be getting back on schedule here pretty soon. So while we wait, let's go over our point situation. So you heard us talk about last week. Here's the points going into tonight. Even though we only had 4 drivers, I don't know what the driver count is tonight. I'm hoping it's around 8, 10. This is our points going into tonight. We have Kid 42 with 31 points, leading Dylan James, who is in second with 30 points. Third is Trick. I'm just gonna say Trick because that's just easy for me to say. He is in third with 29 points, and rounding out your points right now is Buford T. Justice, who blew a motor last week. We figured out what happened. The motor just blew out. Blew up on him. He don't know what happened because from what I've been told, they think they dropped the valve. I ain't caught up with him to double check, but from what we've heard, he said the car was running good. He's coming off the corner, it revved up real high. I'm positive it ate a valve. So, a ripped out motor. But Buford is in fourth with 28 points going into tonight. So hopefully Justice can have a turnaround tonight and maybe catch Mr. Bandit. Cars are still lining up on the grid. Last week we saw a little bit of action for the lead. Going into tonight, I don't know what to expect. I had in mind what I wanted until we had some rain, until we had some weather move into the area, and it really shook up the track. So hard to tell what we're going to see tonight. We could see a high line, we could see a low line, we could see somebody run the middle. It's hard to tell if the winner's going to come from the back, if it's going to come from the front. It is hard to tell tonight. As we know, this is a quarter mile. So let's go over to some of the specs tonight with the track. It is a quarter mile, multi-grooved, low bank racetrack. So with these flat tracks, definitely your bottom's your best friend, from what I've learned. But also, I've made some pretty good passes on the outside. So it's hard to tell. Everybody's saying you can't make a pass on the outside at these flat tracks, man. But trust me, I've done it. It's not easy. If you can set them up right, that's one thing. But it's easier to catch them than it is to pass them, so. Talking with some of the track crew right now. We are getting ready to go green here, folks. Alright. The cars are making their way onto the track as we speak. And The green flag is in the air. I gotta figure out who our leader is, so it will take me a little bit to figure that out. So, just stick with me here, folks, where you're seeing things as we see them. And it looks like Kung Fu Panda is in the lead here. Oh my god, he's real sideways here. Kung Fu Panda's in the lead. Oh, and they're 2 wide behind. Who's that behind them? It's Bunchy? I don't know how to say it. Oh, and there's a car on the wall. Zero put Kid in the wall. You remember, Kids are... Oh! They tap again. Dylan James and Justice are really in a battle as the 44s, right? Oh, there's 3 wide! Oh! They're wrecking! They are wrecking big! They are 3 wide still back here. They are wrecking big back here behind them. There are... I don't know where to stay focused on here. Zero's really under attack here by the 42 Kid. Everybody kind of sorted themselves out back there. We were 3, 4 wide. We are 4 wide still back here. They knocked it back down to 2. And we are 3 wide back to 2 wide. And it is Dylan James trying to make something happen on that bottom. As it is, who is that on the inside there? Bonchi. Looking to the inside of James there for a little bit. Everybody's kind of started to sort themselves out back there. But we have 3 cars that are... Oh, boy! Crossover move by James. Can he get it done? He can't! Justice and James make contact. Oh, there's a car hard in the wall. I don't know who that... It's Bonchi who was in the wall there. They're looking really racy behind Kid right now. Who's our leader here? I think the leader's still Kung Fu Panda all by himself. As there is a battle happening for, I think that is Wars. Forming up behind them here. Let's just right along with Zero as we... Oh, and Justice is sending in the sliders today. He says, look out, Larson, I'm coming for the slide job. As he gets the pass done, and the crossover. It is a crossover city back here. 3 cars under a blanket battling for this 4th spot. There's contact, he keeps touching. Bond's trying to look to the inside, but Justice said not today, as James almost ate a tire. It looks like everybody started to sort themselves out back here. As we are going to line on board here with Zero for a little bit. As it looks like Kids might have something here for Zero if he's not careful. There's a lot of damage to Bonchi's car here. Zero out here looking like Scott Bloomquist. Just the only difference between him and Bloomquist is that at least he has 4 wheels on it. Bloomquist had 3. Justice and Bonch had a little battle there for a little bit to sort themselves out. As the 44 and the 3 are battling here. It looks like the 44 might go a lap down. He's holding up the leader. And he gets around him. That has put the 44 a lap down. everybody's pretty much spaced back out again, and as Justice hit the wall. Who's in front of Panda here? Oh, if it ain't the boss man himself who's about to be going a lap down if he's not careful. Some of these guys are starting to feel the pressure, as you can tell by the front of their car. We have 3 cars here in front of the, I think that's the 3 of Panda. I don't remember Panda's number, but we got 3 cars in front of Panda here. It is James, and Justice. We're gonna just move around the field here for a little bit. Oh, James and Bunchy, or however you say it. Sorry if I'm butchering it there, guys, but trying my best here. A new face in the league, that's for sure. It's really looking to be battled by James here. Oh, can James get it done? James has got the spot, and that will put Bunchy a lap down here, maybe. He's battling. He's trying to stay on that lead lap as best as possible. Panda has lapped 2 cars right now. His next car in sight would be James. James is really trying everything to find some grip in that car and get moving forward here. One thing about tonight, though, is a lot of these cars have ran different lines, but now it's started to single itself out. As it looks like Kid has second. No. Zero still has second, but Kid's trying to gain on him. We have a pretty good line of cars here. Oh! James almost got passed by your leader. The leader had to look to the inside of James there, coming off of, I think that was 4 last time by. But James is pretty much pulled away, as there will be a battle here between 2 cars right in front of our leaders here. James is really trying to reel in Justice here. Oh, and there's contact. He's telling him, hey, I need to go through. Let me by or I'm moving you. Oh, they touch again. The leader's only going to be patient for so long. When will he make his move? Justice is really trying to maintain that lead lap position because you never know when there's going to be a caution. They touch. Again, the leader and a lap car touch. James moved up the track, but is going to have that high line off the corner. James is in the wall, but that ain't going to matter. And, oh, he almost cleared him, folks. Panda has almost cleared James, and James is now a lap down. But James is battling back on the outside. And I think that's pretty much going to seal it here. We now have 3 cars a lap down. The next one in sight is Justice, as we ride along to see if maybe something can happen here. This will be the 5th place car, if I'm not mistaken. And here comes Panda. Start playing the Jaws music, folks. Because and they touch. Panda back on the inside. Thought better of it. Panda looking to the inside. Centering a little too deep. Panda's just lapped Justice, but Justice is on that outside. Can he get something? He's got to run. Crossover. They touch. Panda's loose. This is exactly what James wanted to see, as Panda's back on the lead lap and putting the wall. They're 3 wide. Panda is now lapped Justice again, but Justice is not going down without a fight. James is there if a mistake appears to show itself. He's in the catbird seat to get a free pass. And Panda is not really pulling away, and Justice to the inside. I mean, not just James to the inside of Justice. Just James looking again to the inside, trying to get that position. I don't know if he's going to have it or not. As the 44 will be playing a factor again in the 3 car. As Justice has not let up on the leader at all. Folks, I don't know what to say here. And James is going to the inside, but he's not better of it. I don't think he had enough momentum there. The 66 is really pushing on exit. That would be James's best chance to pass is on exit. As the 44 goes 2 laps down here. 44 battles back on the outside. Hang on, we're going to go away from this battle and watch this battle here. Yeah, the 44 is trying to stay 1 lap down, running that high line. As the battle continues behind. And the leader was in the wall there. That's going to hurt. And Bunch just took a bunch on the wall. Man, I know how that feels to be hitting them openings, man. I hit a bunch of my Port Royal. As this battle here is just going on here between Justice and James, this is really hurting the 3 car, as this is allowing 2nd place to close in here. Speaking of, who is 2nd? I don't think it's Kid. I think it's 0. No, it is Kid who's in 2nd. Three cars battling for position here. Well, 2 of them are battling for position. And I think the race is over, folks. There was a lot of action brought to the table tonight, as it is Panda who is your winner. This is your winner, folks. Panda is your winner. First race out. becomes a winner here in Illinois. I don't know if we were watching the UMPs tonight with how they were racing. That's for sure. They put on a show tonight here at the Low Banks. Fastest lap will also go to Panda with a 10.671. Kind of smoking around here. I don't think that's fast enough to qualify for leaderboard. We're about to find out, though. Panda does qualify for leaderboard. He is 7th. James is 9th. And Kid is 8th on the leaderboard here.
I'm going to bring in first and second here.
Alright. So correct me on the running order here, but it was Panda, then Zero, then Kid. Should be, if I'm correct. You there, James?
Yes, sir.
Everybody, James is our on-track official. So anything that happens during the race, he'll know about it. So if I am correct, it was Panda, Zero, and Kid, right? For top 3?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yes, sir. I gotta find him here. It's taking me a minute. I can't find him. Let's see.
What they do? Pack the truck up and leave? Like, yeah, give me my money.
Something.
or are they not people who park over in the next county?
I don't know. That was a fun race.
Dude, there was action all over. You guys were 3 and 4 wide at one point. You were 4 wide there at one point with the 5th car looking in.
Yeah. There they are, first and second.
So, as it goes through the infield across the scales here, folks, we're going to take a minute to talk with James here, who was actually out there on the track. And I don't know how many times you hit that wall, sir, but I know you hit it a lot. By the way, James is the only one I can find right now. I know the other 2 are on the scale somewhere.
You got Zero in here. I'm making sure my settings will allow to be heard. So.
But
okay.
James, tell me a little bit about this, man. Your calls could come from the county derby.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think I used the wrong slider. It was definitely out there. Like, it was too loose, and then once you got to the center of the corner, it was just pushing tight. It was definitely a handful.
Do you feel like you come from the county derby, sir?
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit of redneck coming out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we did end up to find our top 3. I guess Panda decided he wasn't just going to go out and gap the field. He was going to go out and take him to the next county over, too. So we'll catch up with him here in a bit. I think they're still trying to track him down somewhere in the cornfield. It's hard to tell. But we do have 3rd place here of Kid. So, Kid, your car, man, it is pretty beat up. But tell me, how does it feel to be coming home 3rd with all the battles going on behind you and around you?
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't back there, but man, trying to chase down Zero and Kung Fu, that was a task in itself. I was trying everything. Like you said, my car was beat up, so that's how you know I was driving anywhere trying to figure out something. But I won last week. I'll take 3rd this week. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I think we all are. Tell me a little bit about the track, because I saw people trying the high line and immediately abandoning it and then going to the bottom, and then some people late in the run started to wash off the bottom and run middle. So tell me a little bit from what you experienced, what you think the track was doing.
Man, honestly, if the top was a little better, the racing I think would have been a little better. Would have had a little bit more passing, a little bit more side by side racing, and better, just really a better track if the top would come in because it's fast up there, but it's too sketchy.
Well, we'll we're going to catch up here with second place as he's in behind you, with kind of tapping the back of your car, telling you to move. So we'll let you go
Oh
ahead
yeah.
and get out of here, and cut off what you need to get to cut off with the car to get it back on the truck and ship back to the shop.
Oh yeah, I might need a little bit more than a sawzall.
You
Hey,
might
good.
need that outside wall or the infield tractor tire.
Yeah, good win, Kung Fu, and good race, Zero.
Thanks, man. Yeah, good race, man.
All right, as kids' cars getting out of here because people behind them are getting impatient. Let's go to our second place here. Zero, man. That was one heck of a show there tonight. I know you didn't get to experience much action other than Kid, but
No,
man,
no,
just
we're up there in the beginning.
just tell me how your car felt, what you thought about the track, and what you could have had a little more of going into tonight.
Fucking experience on sliders for one, that's for sure, man. But I put in some laps just before this on tight, and then 12%, and then I think I liked 12% a little better. It was swinging the ass end around a little bit better, and I did not change it to 12. I left it at tight for the race, kind of bonehead move, but I figured I can still make it work and be all right. And now, it's a process. It feels a lot different than my setup, and I just got to get used to these sliders, and I think I can start, put challenge in for wins. But it
Yeah.
was a good job for Panda, man. He got that clean air, went around, and yeah, when we on the start, me, Bunchy, and I think it was Costa, we're battling, and I seen Bunchy fly out of the picture. I don't know what happened to him, but once he was out of the picture, and it was just us two, and then I was able to get in front a little bit and then create a little separation, but not quite fast enough to catch the leader.
Now, what was your opinion on the track? Because we saw a lot of people start moving down towards the bottom real early in the run. Some guys stayed on the top, but most of the runs are all on the bottom. Was there just
Yeah,
something?
and I know I feel like the top you can probably rip that top with the slider, but I wasn't completely sure, and I was just kind of going with what I was familiar with my setup and just kind of running the bottom, and I felt like in practice that I was running a little bit quicker times on the bottom anyway, and that's what I was used to, so I wasn't about to mess around and go with something I don't know right in the middle of the race and kind of maybe get out of shape, get in the wall, turn myself around. I'm on a wheel with no reset, so I kind of got to be careful a little bit.
Now, do you think a lot of the reason why people moved to the bottom too is the fact that we did have weather roll in here earlier today that really shook up the track process?
Hey, if everyone's doing it, there's a reason.
The moisture.
Yeah, no doubt. If everyone's doing it, there's a reason for it. But all in all, it was a good race. I wish we could have stayed up closer to the leader. We were battling for those first handful of laps, which he said he was able to get out. But I mean, credit to him. He ran the quick time, 6:71, and I don't think we were catching him anyway. So hats off.
Yeah. So, so what is there anything else that you'd like to say, like any sponsor you'd like to thank or anything
No, I
before?
mean, thanks Dylan for letting me run with you, get in the league, and try this out. Thanks for everyone that showed up today and running. Thanks for
Yeah, absolutely.
Bunchy, my cousin. We ran some practice laps just before the race, before we got on with you guys, and I don't think if I didn't run those laps, I don't think I would have did as good as I did. And shout out to my custom teammates, JZ Chassis. Go watch J-Wall on Extreme tonight. They start in about half an hour, and that's about it.
All right. Well, we'll let you go celebrate with the team. Maybe have you helped him cut some of your car up to get it on a truck. Save
Yeah, I'll
him.
probably go help J-Wall run some laps right now in between his big block and his late model race. He's probably looking for someone to kick him off for a couple practice races right now. So I'm probably headed over to that track and go do that.
All righty, go ahead and have fun, man.
Appreciate your broadcast and what you do, man.
Yep. All right. Now as he rolls into victory lane after we found him like 4 counties over with the lead he had, here's your winner, Panda. We're gonna let him get out of the car here, get the helmet off. So everybody here at Fairbury, let him hear you. Woo! So he's out of the car. We're gonna run down here. So, Panda, tell me a little bit, man. Your car is basically almost as clean as a whistle. I mean, a little bit of damage, maybe a little bit of contact here and there, as we saw. But I mean, man, your car just came to life as soon as the flag went green, man. What can you say about this, man?
Oh man, I like to run my car tight, man. I look at it as tighter a race car, the more bites you can have off the corner. So if I can find a way to drive a tight race car, I can find a way to be fast with it.
So, tell us a little bit about how you almost lapped the whole field, man. I mean, you got up there to, I would say at least it was 4 that you got up to, man.
Yeah, I got up there. I rode behind Dylan a little bit, and I wasn't trying to rush him because I knew he was right behind Buford. If I get a run on the bottom, pass him clean on the bottom, I thought I was going to pass him and next with Buford, and then I noticed Buford was falling a little bit, and then Dylan caught up to him, and I knew they was going to be battling for position, so I moved up to the top and let them battle, and they ended up having a pretty close finish with fourth. So I wasn't trying to rush anything. I know I had a pretty good gap behind me, so I was going to pass every lap car clean when I could. Just wasn't trying to push any limits on anybody tonight.
Good way of racing, good way of racing. That's for sure. We appreciate that. So, tell me a little bit, man. I mean, this track, from what we saw, we really never saw you leave that bottom. I mean, your car just like hooked that bottom and took off.
I've done some pretty big slider races around Fairbury. I don't know if y'all heard of Oceanic stuff, but he had a pretty big slider event at Fairbury for a finale, and I know Supers Pros, you have to run the bottom. On the top, you can't really, if you can hit it perfect, it's hard to hit it perfect on the top. You can grip pretty good, but I've always been the bottom guy there. You have to hit it perfect on the bottom too. So I'll ride against the berm, not let your car get sideways, lose your grip, lose a bunch of momentum. I like that track. It's a pretty fun track. Raced it a good bit. I've always been a bottom guy there.
So, I'm gonna ask you the same question that I've asked everybody else here tonight. The weather that rolled in, do you think that had any effect on the racing tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like with the weather rolling in, the top could have been a little bit slimy. That's why cars couldn't get any grip up there, you know. And once we made probably about 5-10 laps, got the bottom cleaned off. That's when the grip started moving in on the bottom. That's what made it become a bottom feeding track.
Now, very surprised that some of these lap cars were really kind of giving you a run for your money while they were running that outside.
Yeah, I noticed that. I caught Dylan. Dylan was the first one. I got up to him. I was right behind him. Gave him a couple bumps, and he moved up to the top. Told me I can go and get around him, but I felt like I was hitting sevens and I hit a high six, and when I was under him, and he still had a pretty good run on the top. I felt like as the race moved on, it could have been to a top-side track. I was surprised when I got to Dylan. There's another lap car. I can't remember who it was, but another lap car.
44 was one. But anyway, man, first, I think this is your first time with us, man. First time out here, first time with the league, man. I mean, how does it feel to be out here in Victory Lane on your first race?
I just have to invited Buford to a party, and we played a little bit of Gran Turismo, and he brought up he had a league to join, race tonight, and he had offered to send me an invite to it, and he got me in here, and I appreciate Dylan letting me get a shot to it. I like everybody just in racing together, man. That's how I like to race with people. We can joke around, talk a lot, try to qualify ourselves, fun stuff, just joking around. And in the end, everybody enjoys it. And I enjoyed Friday getting to run with Bradley, battling. Sounded like it was some good, hard, close racing. And feels like this is a pretty daggone good league Buford invited me to.
Yeah, one thing too, keep in mind that he was a very late entry.
Yeah.
He ran 2 practice, what was it, 8 laps? I think so. He ran 2 of those, jumped in the qualifying and won the race. So, hell of a job.
Now this is going to go out for everybody who's still in here. I mean, was there anybody here before the race going into qualifying that everybody had their eye on between practice and the race before we went green? Or was it just like we all knew Panda was going to be the one to watch?
You know, all these guys are new to me as far as racing with. I had no idea what to expect, especially on sliders. You know, people are just, you know, they have a handle on them. They're really good at them, and so
Yeah.
I was curious to see what was going to go down.
I was Yeah, I actually started a force in that, but yeah, I last week, you know, there was about the same amount of guys, but y'all two weren't racing. And once I seen y'all two ready to go, and I knew I had to get up on the wheel.
But
Yeah, I can check that right now.
if anybody has anything else to say before we close this out,
Yeah, it was Panda Bunchy was starting second.
if anybody
I was starting
has
third,
any
and then
last word
Costa was
comments here
fourth.
before I let anybody go ahead and let them out now.
No, man, just thanks again for putting us on, and thanks Dylan for having us, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Well,
Yes, sir.
Sounds about right.
with,
Have a good one.
with all
Hell
this
yeah.
being said,
Hey,
folks,
good job, Panda. That was a hell of a race, man. You checked out, bro. Hell yeah, we'll have a good one.
with all this being said, we're gonna let all these drivers go. We're gonna let Panda here go celebrate with his team. He ain't got much cutting to do on the car. They can load the car up just as it is. And with that being said, folks, from all of us here at Thunderstruck Racing League and all of us here at Fairbury, we are wishing everybody a good night, good evening, whatever time it is where you guys are watching. Enjoy the day, the evening, whatever time. Until next time, we will see you guys at the track. Be safe. Do not be idiots out here on the roadways because we are all trained professionals.
Hell yeah, don't die.
So we will all catch you around.
Yep, see y'all. Take care.